There we go.
Right.
I'm sorry. You want me to? Okay. Hey, welcome. Welcome to Feel Good Talk Love 101. I'm your host, Charles Brakely, along with my main man, that is, host of Love 101, my main Naeem Najee. What's going on, brother?
I'm again once again good and here, and I'm glad. I think we've done it right this time. Y'all can see us, y'all can hear us.
I think
So.
what happened was we didn't go on fast enough, and of course, when you don't go on with Facebook, they cut it and they won't put it on. So now we're back in effect. So, I like the way we started the last show, but it's all good. It's all good. So what's going
We
on,
can
man? How
do
you
it
doing
again
today?
because I have the power to be like, no, forget this dude. We can just be like, who is that dude? We don't need to see him. Oh, there he is again.
You gotta watch out who you get a power to. It's like, let me stop.
Exactly. Abuse of power is a thing, So yeah, exactly.
Shoot. Hey man, glad to be here, man. Had a great time last week. Thanks for holding it down again. I'm gonna say it again. Thanks for holding it down. Thanks for everybody for doing their thing. Definitely appreciate y'all. Thanks for everybody still tuned in and did our thing. So again, shout out to the whole Feel Good Talk family. Appreciate y'all, man. But Naeem, thank you, man. Appreciate that. Few things you did last week, I definitely appreciate it. Didn't go unnoticed, brother.
My pleasure.
Yes, sir.
Pleasure.
Excuse my throat again, man. Something wrong with my throat. So
Well, let me get the comments then. That's the case. So we got
Naeem got him.
Tyrone.
Go ahead, Naeem.
10 of Life is tuned in. What's going on? Love Doctor and Brother Charles Brakely.
What's up, Ty? What's going on, brother? Thanks for tuning in.
And he says, "Feel good, talk family forever."
Hey,
and
shout out to Ty too, man. He did that freestyle. He killed it. Thanks again, brother. He came on Sunday and Jamila J's Girl Talk. He destroyed it. So thanks for doing that, man. Appreciate you.
We got Fatima Love says, "Whoa, woohoo!"
Yeah, what's up? What's up, Fatima? Appreciate you.
And salute. Robert Dickerson says, "Salute to the Feel Good group, sending peace and blessings. Season's greetings, Robert. Thank you.
What's up, Rob? Thanks for tuning in."
And
William Dickerson. What's up, my brothers? What's up, man? What's up, fellas? Who's that guy?
I don't know who this guy is. He admitted on the show, the false start, that he was in fact the troll. I don't want to believe that, but how you gonna troll your own show? Like that doesn't make sense. Oh, you know what's funny? I think we're on switch side. You're on that side, right? And I'm on this side. So this is right?
I guess. Yeah, it looks a little
but
it's all good.
See,
We know what's going on.
Amy says, "Good evening, Chuck and Naeem." Good evening, Amy.
Thank you, Amy. How you doing?
Love. Abuse of power. Yes, indeed. You got to abuse that power.
We see that a lot, baby. You know that. Yes.
Tyrone says, "LOL." He says, "I am the best, baby."
Yes, sir. You rocked out, Ty. You did, baby. No doubt.
And Amy says, "Oh man, I have to watch the replay since Erica let Tyrone online." Mr. Travelocity.
Oh, yeah. I hear that a while. Travelocity. Yeah, man. So, hey, man, great to be back again, man. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in. We definitely appreciate it. Thanks again, Naeem, for last week. Appreciate you. And what we talking about tonight, man? I heard you had something for us. So
I do have something for us. I want to share that. And actually, Bud was supposed to join us. Now that we have a new link, I'm gonna have to send it out to him. So I'm gonna do that in a few. But I wanted to kind of introduce the a portion of my book that I've been writing that's talking about the facts of love and fear in a new light. And it's in a part of the book that's called Beyond Human. So beyond being a human animal and a human being who's just conditioned by society, infinite being who's here to create an experience for themselves. So I'm gonna share my screen. I'm gonna read this for everyone, and that will be that. So let me see if you see struggling for power. You see that, Charles?
Yes, sir. It's a little small, but maybe I still can see it a little bit.
You know what? That's because I should have done it like, no, it's fine. We'll have to deal with it.
Yeah, we good.
So
Yeah, we're good. Yeah,
yeah, we're good here. So
that's beautiful.
on being free, beyond human. So in this final part, we're going to take a step into the unknown. So let's call it the beyond. Beyond what? Beyond your nature as a human animal, and beyond how you were nurtured and conditioned as a modern human being. We're going to address you as what you truly are. And what's that? You're a free and infinite being having a human experience. So here's a truth principle. You are, meaning everyone listening is a free and infinite being having a human experience. So sit with that for a moment. What does that mean? It means that you are more than a human animal. It means that you are more than a human being. You are an infinite being. As a free and infinite being, you have a choice in how you're going to create your human experience. That's right, you are a creator. And your creative power and potential is truly unlimited. So, how do I create? You might ask. You create your reality and experience by how you think about life and relationships, about your life and relationships. When you're in relationship with others, you co-create your experiences together. So you co-create with others as well. Would you like to experience relationships that are free, unlimited, joyous, and loving? Would you like to truly experience love? Well, what is love anyway, you ask? Well, love is freedom. That's the truth principle. Love is freedom. To experience love in your life and relationships means to experience freedom in your life and relationships. The goal of this part of the book is to co-create free relationships with other people in your life. What is a free relationship? Do tell. Mind you, I know a lot of this may go over people's heads, but I am sharing it because it's part of my process as a writer and a
Mhm.
creator to share my work. And when you get the book, you'll see that it all comes together nicely. Like, this is my best yet. Like, everything is my best yet, but since this is where I'm at now, here is my best yet. In a year from now, I won't even remember I wrote this, but right now, this is my best yet. So here we go. Well, a free relationship is a relationship that is not limited by the programming of nature or the psychological conditioning, nurture of your culture and environment. In other words, it is a relationship that is not limited by tribalism, transactionalism, territorialism. You remember the three T's we talked about before: human beings, human
Mhm.
nature, and human relating. It's a relationship that's not limited by those three T's, not limited by sexuality, not limited by titles or labels, not limited by fear, anybody's fear or expectations, not limited by dependency or codependency. So, what is a free relationship? Free relationship is a relationship that is rooted in love, meaning freedom. Simple. If we're going to talk about love or freedom, we also have to talk about the other side or the automatic substitute for love. And what's the substitute for love? Fear. Fear is actually a really shabby substitute for love, and it doesn't serve you at all. It's a mindset. Fear is a mindset and a way of thinking that you use to hurt yourself. Fear is what appears to emerge when love is blocked from flowing. So we have to talk about it. Mind you, I wrote this yesterday, so it might be some typo. True principle: fear is limitation. If you want to experience love or freedom, you're gonna have to learn a very important lesson. What is that? You're gonna have to learn. You're gonna have to learn love's mindset as well as fear's mindset. The principles that govern love, how love and fear think and respond. We're going to teach you all about the mindset and principles of love and fear and the outcomes that will occur when you follow either. We'll also challenge your critical thinking skills. How? In this part, we want you to critically think about how you can apply love's mindset and principles to your own life and relationships. So, where do you begin? Let's begin at the beginning, the foundation, the universal principles. Ready for your first lesson? Let's begin. Then we're going to talk about universal principles. But until then, let me take this down and see if we got any comments.
Yeah, we got a
Uh,
nice amount of comments in there.
while
Most
you
definitely.
look up the comments, I'm going to send Bud the link. So I'll be right back.
Okay, no doubt. All right, let's get into it. Here we go. All right. We're gonna get right into we're gonna go where we leave off at. Let's see. Hmm. All right, we got my man Tamu Garrett. He says, what's up, brothers? Chuck, and how was your vacation? Hey Tamu, Vacation was awesome. I had a great time. Just glad to be back, back on the grind, but it was awesome. 7 days. So it was really nice, man. I enjoyed myself. Had a great time. Thanks for asking, man. Appreciate you. And William Dixon says Chuck and I were discussing the facts. Will, you crazy as hell. But yeah, he has a whole new spin on it, Naeem. So when you come back, we'll talk about that. Matter of fact, you can come in the comments or inboxes and let us know about your facts. He has a new facts for you, Naeem. So that'd be awesome.
All
Tyrone,
right. Well,
Tyrone Rick says, laugh out loud. Good evening, Amy. She definitely let me online, Amy. Lanice Cowherd. Yes, he did. He was on there. He got off this Sunday. He did his thing. Shout out to Ty. Appreciate it. Mateo's Garden says that's why they say true love shouldn't hurt. Exactly. It shouldn't hurt. Everybody got it confused. Love is this, love is that. Nah, love should not hurt at all. It shouldn't make you do crazy things either. You hear that a lot as well. Um, Also, we got Tamu. He says, glad you enjoyed yourself. Yeah, man, it was a great time, brother. And next time I'm in your area, I should be in your area again in January. So I'll give you a holler so we can link up and do something. All right. And William Dixon says, hey, Izzy. What's going on, Will? Thanks for tuning in, brother. Thanks for tuning in, Izzy. Appreciate y'all. And Naeem, where are you, brother? I need you. Hold up. You're on mute. You're on mute.
oh, I said I was just calling. I was just giving him the link. Give me one more.
Okay. So, any more questions out? Any more comments out there? Anybody got anything for us? Want to give a shout out? Go ahead.
All right. All right. I'm back. Yes. So just making sure you had it. But yeah, what is anyone's thoughts about what I shared? I know I'm not giving you a lot of context on the book. I haven't even shared the title of the book yet.
Well,
And but
Mateo's, there you go. There's one right there.
okay, that's why Matthias Garden says that's why they say true love shouldn't hurt. Yes. Well, the only love is true love, and love doesn't hurt. Love heals. So speaking of that, Matthias Garden, let's see if we can talk about some universal principles. So now this is like the intro. Normally I just jump right into the facts, right? This time I'm easing you in a new way because I like
Right.
to do things in a different way, or else I'm not going to show up for my own show. So the building blocks of a free relationship. We're talking about universal principles. What would you like to know? How to tell if any relationship is healthy or toxic? Yes or no? Would having those kinds of tools empower you in some way? Yes or no? Of course it would. In this chapter, we will reveal the universal principles of healthy and toxic relationships. In other words, universal principles of love and fear. What are universal principles? Universal principles are principles that are true for every situation and for every relationship. Yes, that includes polyamorous relationships and monogamous relationships and friendships and everything else. In this chapter, we are. Wait a minute, what the heck does it say? Yeah, it does say that. I should know. I wrote it, but I don't always know what I wrote. So, moving on, we are focusing on the health of the relationship. We are not focusing on the type of relationship. We're focused on the health of the relationship. All healthy relationships operate from the same principles, and all unhealthy relationships operate from the same principles. So, what are those principles? We call them the universal facts of love and fear. You can call them the facts for short. In other words, relationships that are based on the facts of love, relationships that are based on the facts of fear. So, what are the facts? And now we're going to get into it. So, the fear facts. Here we got fear and force. And you want to get the love side.
Yes,
So,
sir. We have our freedom on the love side.
and on the fear side, we're saying that a toxic or fear-based relationship is based on attack, abuse, and anger. And again, you don't need. It doesn't have to be all of these things. We're saying
Right.
any one of them being present means that there is a healthy relationship, or at least a moment of health in the relationship, or toxicity, disease in the relationship. If you're on the left side, if you're on the right side, and you have this going on, this state of appreciation, the state of freedom, the state of communication, that means it's healthy. If you have this state of fear, state of attack or abuse or anger, it's not healthy at that moment. So
That's right.
what's the corresponding one on that side, on the A?
For as far as love is concerned, appreciation. Definitely have to have that.
Fear, you can have a state of conflict, confusion, and control.
Mhm.
That's
On the
those
love
are very
side, you want to have communication, compassion, and clarity. Very true.
see. I added one there, made it
Mhm.
equal on each side. So
Yeah,
communication, compassion, and clarity.
there you go.
And Bud is going to join us shortly.
Hmm.
Just give us a thumbs up if you're ready, Bud. I'll bring you on shortly. And then you have toxic relationships are based on trauma and triggers.
Hmm. Whereas healthy relationships are based on trust and truth.
Hmm.
Mm.
All right. So, and then we have toxic relationships are based on separation, suspicion, and shame.
Mm. And on the love side, sincerity, surety, and security.
Yes. What's better than being sincere, right?
Hmm.
Than being sure, than having security, feeling secure in yourself and your relationship, right?
That's
So
right.
again, is that clear, everyone? Any thoughts about that? Let
Yeah.
us know in the comments and such. And
We got a Facebook user. I don't know who this is. They say, "Hey there, hey, what's going on? Thanks for tuning in. Appreciate you." And he also says, "Hey, Feel Good Talk family." So definitely appreciate you. All right.
all right,
Yeah. I don't see any comments here. You want to bring Bud up, or is he ready to
yeah,
rock?
I'm gonna bring Bud, and I'm gonna, yeah, Bud, you ready? You got your camera on? All right, here we go. I'm about to add you now to the joint. There you are. What's going on, Bud? You're on
Oh,
mute.
You on mute,
how
Bud.
you guys doing?
You doing great. Hey man, let me ask you a question. Where are you at? Cause
It's a green
I'm like,
screen,
wait a
man.
minute. I
Charles,
know
You're
it.
don't go for it.
Huh?
It's a green screen, man.
Oh,
on,
yeah, ain't no green
you're,
screen.
you're on 42nd Street, Times Square with them lights.
All right, all right.
I
So,
know he gotta be out of the country somewhere or on the West Coast or something.
Yeah, no, I am. I'm on. I'm in California right now.
California, go ahead now. All right, I like that. But I knew something was. I saw you last week too. When I looked at the show, I was like, he got to be somewhere
Yeah,
like on the West or something.
you on vacation? You trying to work last
Yeah,
week?
well, it happens sometimes. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I understand. I understand.
Well, good to see you, brother. Good to see you.
Indeed, likewise.
Yes,
Soon when I
indeed.
get back, we will definitely
Yeah, we gotta link up again, man.
gotta
Definitely.
do that
You
for sure.
know?
yes,
How's the
indeed.
show going?
We were just talking about the facts of love and fear. Had a new and improved clarity chart here. I don't know if you can see it or not on your screen, uh, but
See it.
always trying to do things differently, give people another way of looking at it.
Hmm.
Mm.
And so the question really becomes, how do you take this and actually use it in your relationships? So let's talk a little bit about. So let's pick one. I'll pick. So each of us will pick one on the left side. And say how we can get ourselves from that place to the right side, meaning to the love side. So I'm gonna pick conflict, and I'm gonna ask the question to the group, to everybody listening. How do you resolve conflict? What's your conflict resolution system or approach? And since for the people here, Bud, you want to say something about that? How do you deal with conflict?
I'll start off. Yeah, I'll start off first. For conflict is just like said earlier. Conflict is just a it's an expression of fear, and so essentially is when you're in a sane relationship, like you're only concerned with correction. You're not concerned about the error or the mistake because you guys want to stay together. You guys want to join. You guys want to be together, and so you guys can move over the conflict pretty fast because you guys both want the same thing. You know, um, that's what it is for me. And it's simple. I just ask, do you want to join or do you want to separate? Let's save each other time right now. Do
Hmm.
you want to join or do you want to separate? Okay, you want to join. Okay, so now we can proceed to, get over the conflict. And if you feel like you want to separate, then, that's your prerogative, right? And that's usually it's just ego that says that, and then sometimes a person just needs time to cool off. That's really what it is. So, you could take your break or whatever. We could resume later today, tomorrow, like however much time you feel like you need to, collect yourself and organize your thoughts, and then we can go from there. So
So
that
how
would
do you deal with somebody who's, you ask them you want to join, you want to separate, and they're like, I want to join.
the voice, right? All right. So, they want to join. So for me, I feel like any relationship that's based on sanity, that's based on true love, should have some kind of spiritual path, some kind of spiritual practice, something that you guys can go back to, right? When you both forget, because it doesn't change, right? If it's a real, thought system, it doesn't change. So you guys can fall back to that.
How come it can't just be about how I feel right now, though?
That's very interesting, because how you feel,
Right.
bud, okay, fluctuates throughout the hour. We're not even talking about the day. We're not even talking about the week. Just throughout the hour. So that doesn't matter. The good thing about feelings is that it does mean that what you believe, right? What you accept as true. That's the only good thing about them. So we know you felt this to be true, even though it might not be true. That's how you feel. You know what I mean? And so we can go from there. As long as we all understand that how you feel is not it's not factual, right?
Right.
It's just your opinion.
And that's Izzy Meditates. That's Izzy Meditates, by the way. I don't know why she's showing up as Facebook user, but that's her on my side.
Okay.
So Facebook user, aka Izzy Meditate, says relationship built on sanity and true love. Love that. And also anonymous Facebook user that we have outed as Izzy Meditate says you can't give what you never received.
Right.
Tyrone Ricks, I'm going backwards through the comments, those newest up to the oldest. Some people don't know how to embrace love because they never had genuine love. Thank
Very
you.
true.
Yep.
This is true. And the Timberlove says the books are great tools in dating to have conversations to learn about each other. What books? Timberlove. I don't know nothing about no book.
That's a very good one.
You talking about Naeem Najee books? That's what she talking about. That's what she talking about.
Oh, those books. See if I got one around here. Yeah, I got one right here. Communication.
That book over there.
Yeah, there's only one half of it too.
Right.
So then we have Mateo's Garden says almost everyone deals with at least one of the fears on the left. Talking about these here that we were talking about, right?
How do you
transition
transition to the right person?
How do you transition to the right, especially if you don't know what makes your relationship, I guess, a fear?
Yeah.
And that's a good question. That's
Great
kind of how I
question.
started off. Like, so I picked conflict. How do you transition? Bud said having a spiritual practice, asking if you want to join or separate, asking, if you two both truly love each other and you're willing to get beyond it, you'll get beyond it. And that your feelings are not necessarily, like, they change all the time, so they can't necessarily be the system that you're using to get a resolution, because they change all the time. So sometimes they feel resolved, sometimes they don't. But so he said those things. And we have another comment here from Joy Lives Within, says amen, must have a higher purpose.
Yes.
So thank you. Joy Lives Within. And so now that we're at it, Charles, can you pick something on the left?
Let's see. Let's go down to freedom tech. Let's go with
Oops, sorry.
Okay.
All right, here we go.
Okay.
Trying to get them all
good. Yeah, I love the communication side. You know what I mean. So I was going to go with conflict, but since he already knocked that off, we'll go with the trauma and triggers.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how do we get our relationship from reacting, responding out of trauma and being triggered, right,
Hmm.
to
Well,
love or truth or to any of them, compassion,
Yeah.
communication, appreciation, right?
Well. As far as trauma is concerned, a lot of times it goes deeper than what you really think it does. I mean, trauma deals with when what you see coming up as a child. So you may take trauma and triggers as love. You may think that's what it's all about. Being in those traumatic relationships, and think that if I don't have any trauma or all kinds of craziness going on, that this is not love. What I saw when I was coming up, not saying me per se, but I'm just saying this is what people think. What I saw coming up, my mom went through the struggle, my mom abused him as far as physically, mentally, verbally, whatever, and they think that's love. You know what I mean? So a lot of times it's deeper than what we think, and we need the help. We need actual counseling, to get through those traumas and triggers. Because a lot of people think because you need I guess counseling and stuff of that nature, that um I'm crazy if I do that, especially in our community. They think that, you know what I mean? So again, it's I think a lot of that trauma comes from what you learned coming up, you know what I mean? And it's just that you have to understand and have to realize as you get older that that's not the right way. Some people figure it out and some people don't, you know what I mean? So at the end of the day, is with what you want. You know what I mean? Is what you want as far as that compassion, that love, that real compassion, versus the nonsense that we are, I guess brainwashed to think, love hurts, love this, love, makes me do crazy things. And that's not true. You know what I mean? If you loving someone, it doesn't. I mean, let's be honest, like love certain family members, you wouldn't do certain things to them and think that's love, or if they did certain things, so it's like we just got it all messed up in our minds. So I think we have to go back to the basics, where when you were born, and see exactly what made you feel this way, or why you act this way, because people act on what they know. Like we had a comment, they said you only know what you know, and that's true. I mean, like if you never seen grass before and all you see is concrete, again, you see you don't know that, whatever. So again, you just have to know when you need help. And I think a lot of times we don't know that, and I think that's where all this trauma is coming from, our past experiences, or what we were brought up to believe. So
Yes. Thank you for that.
mhm.
And where was it? Okay, we had a comment from Mateos that said, "True, all facts, good conversation."
Mhm.
And Fatima Love says, "Relationship where a person is concentrating on fear is toxic, constant struggle."
Mm.
And the anonymous Facebook user was saying that she has a new business page on the Meta Facebook and have no idea what's going on.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on either, Izzy.
Fatima Love says, "Your books." I guess you're talking about my books. Oh, thank you for reminding me that I wrote books. And good evening, Izzy Meditates, says Tyrone. And she says hello. And then Fatima Love, I guess, to answer that question, how do you go from trauma and triggers to love? Says discuss trauma and triggers in a safe place with partner.
Right,
Understanding of yourself is important. Attempting to understand your partner.
right.
And let's just be real about this. A safe place in a safe space has nothing to do with the physical space at all, does it? Has to
Mm.
do with the people in the space.
Right,
You
right,
know, it's like
right.
we're gonna go in this room. It's the dining room. It's a safe space. So everyone's eating, so they're not really busy
Right,
listening to you. So they're just chewing
right.
chunks of food. Like, oh
Exactly.
yeah, really? For real? They what happened when you was 12? That's why, because people are listening because their mouth is full.
Right, right.
um, no, it's really like people think talking heals. Talking doesn't. Talking is just talk. All
Right,
right.
right, right.
You can get Siri to talk to you. You could talk to the Siri too, Alexa,
Mhm,
all of them.
mhm.
It doesn't mean that it's healing.
Right.
It's it's more about the connection, the communication with another human in a place where you both recognize that, this person actually cares about me and they're not looking at me as if I'm guilty or bad or wrong or shame, like
Mhm.
the other S,
Yeah.
shameful, or that I've done something wrong for being traumatized, for being triggered. It was something outside of my control.
Right.
What choice of it is mine to get triggered? If I was, attacked by a dog when I was a kid, and I see a dog and I get triggered and scared, you're gonna accuse me for to react in that way, or whatever the trigger may be. It's important for us to recognize that it's a trigger,
Right.
something that's unhealed, and to feel innocent about it.
Mm.
And if you don't feel innocent about it, at least sit across or next to somebody who can see that you're innocent. That's the safe space is created by the people in the space. So
that's true.
Yeah, it's going to get to a few more. And Amy says, learn behavior. Thank you, Amy. And Tyrone was saying to you, Charles, what you were saying about trauma. Facts, brother Charles Brakely.
Thanks, brother. Appreciate you.
Fatima Love says, "Oh, you funny. You know what I mean. We're safe people for clarity, understanding, consideration, and support. Silly, right? Tricks for kids. That's what I know what you meant. I like to use that as a way to springboard into thinking deeper about that. Because people say, "Oh, this is a safe space. It's the conference room with all your coworkers and colleagues who don't know your name and don't care about you, just wondering how to take your spot and make sure that they get the bonus and you don't. It's a safe space. Tell us what you really feel." Like, well, I was thinking about, burning Mark's desk down the other day. What? Security! You said this was a safe space.
Exactly.
Not a safe space. No, it's not. So, not to say that.
Not a lot of times too, man, you have to, as far as relationships are concerned, you have to get back to the place of what made you come together in the first place. You understand what I'm saying? Sometimes you got to go back and think, what did we do in the beginning that was so great that made us get to this point where we became a couple, or in this relationship? Now something is deteriorating. What is going on? Like, you have to think about that way too, because sometimes it could just be, like you said, just communicating, just communicating, getting back together, because you might have came in on a, loving type of relationship, but what happened, is the question sometimes. So again, man, it's a many different, I guess, not theories, but scenarios that can happen in a relationship, because not all of them, some can be fixed, just with just a little bit of communicating and doing what they need to do to get back to that right side again. So I just thought I had to throw that out there.
How about that? And by fix means brought back from that left side, toxic, to that right side of health, love. And some relationships can be brought to that love side by the people actually not being together anymore, too.
That's true. That's true.
We don't rule out the whole separating for love, meaning physically separating. Like, you can still be connected, but you don't have to be with the person in that type of relationship anymore.
Right.
In order to have freedom, communication, appreciation, trust, and sincerity. So.
Exactly.
But you about to say something?
Yeah, I was gonna say that first thing you should do in that situation is to revisit the goal of the relationship, because you shouldn't get into anything. First of all, even business for that matter, anything in life, you shouldn't get into it without having a complete understanding of it,
Right.
And also having like some kind of exit strategy or plan for it. That's some as a guide, right? To keep you on track. So that's why you set the goal of the relationship. We're not going to use this relationship to continue our past patterns, right? We're not going to use this relationship to stay the same. In other words, like, if you come into a relationship without the purpose to grow, then we shouldn't even do that. If you want to remain the same, and you're not trying to learn how to share, you're not trying to heal, you're not trying to look at things differently, you want to keep doing the things that you were doing before, then this serves no purpose, right? Does that mean you want conflict in some sense or form? And most people think that, they're they're great or perfect when they're not in a relationship. You know what I mean? Until you get in one with somebody, you start finding out all these things about yourself. So because you can't remember, first, just on a spiritual level, you can't remember God alone. So life is not made for one; it's made for two, right?
Right.
And the two become one. That's just how it is.
I like that. I like
And
that.
so I wanted to say that. But the one that I was going to select was anger, which ties into this, which just simply means, like Charles said, things from the past coming up. But if we said we're not going to use this relationship to continue our past patterns, well, then things are going to come up. And so we need to remember that it's, it's like, I'm trying to word it in a specific way, right? Like, in a gentle way, right?
Right.
I guess put it like it's not a matter of like, if this thing happens, and so no, things are going to happen. Things are going to come up because we didn't
Right.
come when like this union here isn't to to hide, right? We came together to grow together and to enjoy life together, but things are going to come up, so you can do that. So purification is a real thing. And I think somebody mentioned something about a safe space. Simply mean like when things come up, I'm not going to attack you, right?
Right.
That's just what it is. Like we're gonna hear you out, as long as you remember the goal is the truth. The goal is union. The goal is healing. Say whatever it is that you need to say. Get it out. Let your ego speak. Let the part of you that feels offended and all these things, let it out. But end it with the truth, though.
Right.
You must
But
end
what's
it
the
with
truth? That you really
truth
hurt
is
my
that-
feelings. You need to change.
The truth is that it's your perception that's hurting you, and it's not the other person, or some past figure in your life that's not even here now that's hurting you. It's your perception, and so it's your perception that needs to be healed.
Right.
That's the truth. And so, if you understand that before we got into it, so when things come up, we can move past all these things quite fast. So,
Question for you, Bud. I think here because you spoke about this. But Timalo says exactly what is the goal? What are the guidelines or expectations for this relationship? What is the purpose of this? I'm excited to see how those simple questions are starting to help weed out people who do not align with me or want to waste my time.
Okay. That's how you do it. Yep. What's the purpose? What is the purpose? What is it for? What do you want to come out of this relationship? What is it for? That's what you gotta ask people. It'll just save you time. Well, yeah, I just want somebody, when I'm, lonely at night, I can, just cuddle and,
Yeah, that's it.
Don't talk.
Peel on your booty.
Don't talk.
Then
I mean, at the end of the day, you're right, bud. Like it's about, just telling that person what you want because they might want the same thing. So I tell, a lot of people, they sit there and try to sell these dreams. Oh, I'm gonna do this and do this for you. At the end of the day, it's like, listen, this is what I want to do. This is it. Boom, boom, boom. 9 times out of 10, y'all both forget what you want out of it. That's just the real deal. But you have to be honest and sincere about it. So what she got up there? Fatima, she's going crazy. Let's see.
He's talking.
He's talking, baby.
So she says, I offer up the triggers I'm aware of, have dealt with, or are still dealing with, like violence or physical intimidation or stalk like behavior. I'm not going to tolerate it. Don't block a door if I want to leave, etc. Don't even stand up too quickly from your seat. It's not a trigger, it's an explosion. She gonna turn to the juggernaut on you. Yeah.
Hey, Fatima, I want to ask you a question. Now, do you think that's something you have to take care of as far as, I don't know if you're talking to yourself per se, but if it was, do you think you have to get yourself, some type of counseling or something for that? Because everybody's not like that. But I understand what you're saying. Like some triggers, like if you got somebody hit you all the time, if they move a certain way, you might jump. You know what I mean? So is it, do you think you might need help with those triggers? Just hit us up at that line. Let me see what you're talking about.
Well, what I really want to know is that, I got up too quick. I might have got up too quick. There was something I wasn't sure on the couch. It just was bothering me here. Matter of fact, it was just part of my imagination. But yes, she says, LOL, but you asked the question, Charles, so I guess you'll get back from the delay.
She'll get back with us because you have to realize if certain things are triggering you, then in your mind, this is what you think. And so do you think you need help? You know what I mean? Like, why not get help for that? You know, because you might have a problem. And just because somebody go like this, that don't mean they're gonna hit you. They might be swatting a fly or something. I don't know. You know what I mean? So I'm serious, man. I've seen people jump, you know, like when they're talking to their man, you could tell it's an abusive relationship because the way he moves, she might jump or twitch a little bit, or vice versa. I've seen guys on the other end too, like jumping a little bit. I'm like, wow, she must hit him. You know what I mean? Because you could just see it. You know, so maybe that person needs help. You know, maybe you need help with that. Because I don't think everybody's out to hit you.
Because you sit back and while you leaning in your seat, you walk talking with your hands like that is getting me a little messing with me.
No, sis, it's just
see that? See, saw his hand. So he's like, no, see, you almost came into
yo,
my
man.
screen.
Hey, listen, it's real though, man. I'm telling you, man. I see it all.
I know, I know it is. But you know, when you heal something, actually, laughter is healing. Like if you can laugh at something, there's a difference between traumatic memory and wisdom. You know, like because all things are lessons for us to learn in this life. So if the difference between talking about something, you recalling something traumatic, like maybe violent, maybe whatever it may have been in your life, and it happened, you're like still like, and they got up out of that seat and I don't know, and they ran to the door and they got that food and they kept running and they didn't even bring it in the house and I was starving, whatever it is. But if you could just say that story and say, yeah, they got out of the chair really quick. I didn't know where they was going. They went to the door to get the food. And then they just kept going with the food and they kept taking the food. I thought that was like that. I thought we was going to eat it together, but they took that food for themselves. Right. If I can tell that same story without being triggered, that means I'm just reporting something that happened in my life and I can use it as a lesson rather than being triggered by it, rather than still responding with still feeling traumatized by it. Because trauma can be healed, y'all. All trauma can be healed.
Yep.
That's the point here.
Hey, we got two good comments here. Let's see what they talking about. Okay. We got Danina Arbitrary. I'll read this time. You've been doing your thing, baby. Danina Arbitrary says sometimes the help required in a new relationship is time to trust the new person and accept them as they present themselves and not get duped by their representative. Exactly. I definitely agree with you on that, Danina. And Fatima also says, I do have to deal with my triggers and I am unashamed about dealing with my triggers, defense mechanisms, etc. I believe in counseling, no doubt about it. You better sit down and calm down. If I laugh when someone being a little jumpy, wait a minute. So if I laugh when someone being a little jumpy, trust it's not a funny laugh. It's a preparation. Wow, that's bad. That is bad. So you know what? We are. Yeah. I'm not laughing. I'm just saying that is bad when that is. Woo.
I get it.
But if Timla, hopefully, like I said, you get that help you need, sweetheart. Because
we
definitely a
see
beautiful young lady. Yep.
We see you beyond your
exactly. I don't. When we see you, I don't see that. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm always using my hands and jumping around. So.
Charles.
Charles is Neo in the Matrix.
Reckless with it.
And we got Amy Cowherd. She says, what'd she say?
The view was cutting and it went off.
What is going on with my Naeem must be trying to hit it.
What? No, I didn't hit anything. What happened?
I don't know what's going on. This thing is out of control. It's like not okay, there you go.
I'll try it.
Yeah, see if it'll work. Is it working for you?
I'm doing it. It's working. It says it's not bad. I'm guarded. It's what it is.
Okay.
No, somebody said the view is cutting off on the side of the screen. I believe that's
that's what's happening for y'all viewers that Facebook or YouTube that is cutting the side of the screen. Let's see if we can refresh it. Do this. Come back. I don't
take
know.
This. Hold on. It might be because we're both on it, Naeem. That's what it is. It might be driving this thing crazy. So let me
No,
take this.
Fatimalo says not me, so it's not everybody, so it's fine. We can
It's
continue.
on my side. I know that. I see it a little
Okay.
crazy, but good to go.
All right.
Yeah, but yeah, good conversations though. Definitely. And
Yeah,
with us, Izzy says, Chuck talk with his hands all the time.
I know.
Izzy crazy. Nah.
I'm just saying my line is right here, Charles. Right here. You was in my screen a little bit. In my box.
Well, I talk with him when I'm, doing the parties and stuff. You know what I'm saying? There you go.
I know you gotta
There you
you
go.
gotta spin, you know.
Yeah, you got to spin, baby. Yeah, I
Yeah.
don't know what's going on my side, man. So you may have to take over this thing, man. Look like I'm in slow motion over here for some reason. So I don't
Okay.
know what's
Well, we've
going on.
covered the comments. I just want to wrap it up and say if anyone else wants to say or add, or that's not even the right page. Say or add anything. This is what we review. We're just talking about this, and I recommend that you use those facts of love and fear to think about how you can have express more freedom, appreciation, communication in your relationship. How you can uh, actually it says it right here. So here's another thing. You don't need all those words to describe love or fear. Any one of them will do. Pick one. Let's make it even more simple to understand. What do all of the above words describe? They all describe different states of being. And where does your state of being come from? It comes from your mental state, meaning how you're thinking. Think about it. Can you have a healthy relationship with someone if you are from a mental state of fear, attack, anger, confusion, conflict, trauma, feeling triggered, suspicion, shame? No, you cannot. Your relationship is going to be toxic until you straighten out your mind. And can you have a toxic relationship with someone from a mental state of freedom, appreciation, communication, clarity, compassion, trust, truth, sincerity, and security? Not possible. When you are both operating from these principles, your relationship will be healthy, period. So I'll just leave it at that for the closing.
Okay, I know what it was. It was on my side. The battery was going low, so that's what I was saying all that
Because
crazy
you was
stuff.
coming into my screen. That's why.
Yeah, there we go. I think it's good now. Okay, good. Yeah, there we go. All right,
Okay.
cool.
Bud, any closing remarks?
I feel like we said enough. Somebody said something just now in the comment though. It said I feel something. I don't know.
Let me see.
I saw a slight.
I think with this way I see all of you guys clear.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
Yeah, that was it. Yeah, they were just trying to make sure that we were good. We were having problems, a little bit of problem. Well, I was having problems on this side. You know what I mean?
It's all
So,
good.
but again, man, great conversation with everybody here. I do before we get out of here, I do want to tell everybody where they can find us at. They can find us on LinkedIn at Feel Good Talk, Facebook at Feel Good Talk, YouTube at FGT Mind, Body, Soul, and Business, Instagram at Phil.GoodTalk, and you can email us at feelgoodtalk113@gmail.com. And we have a website at www.feelgoodtalk.net. So you can check all the merchandise that we do have on there for sale. And that's all I have. Now I do want to end because we didn't play our commercial yet. So I like to just come back and then play that commercial and come back and then we'll end it. How about that, Naeem? Is that good with you?
Sounds good to me.
Sound good to you? Sorry with you, bud. You good?
Do it.
All right, here we go. We're gonna play that commercial one more time, then we'll come right back.
Okay.
Again, that's the A game, great for vitality, energy, strength, and libido. And if you want your free sample, give me a call at 302-723-2836. Again, 302-723-2836 to get your free sample of the A game. Great product. Doesn't stay on the shelves. Fellas, give me a holler. So.
And for Tim Love says, great conversation as always. Good information, training, learning ways to embrace healthy relationships, understanding ourselves so we can be better lovers. Mm-hmm.
Yes, indeed.
Thank you, Mr. Love. The
Because love is
commercial
what
is
we
entering
are.
now. Yes, it is.
Fact.
And
It's becoming more natural. What is
That's
amazing is natural.
there you go. There you go.
how about that? Awesome to see Kings talking about emotions, love, etc. Show strength. That's right. It's like yes, we gotta be macho. I don't feel no feelings. I know, my first child just died. I just lost my job, my house, my everything, my left arm. I'm starving. I don't have no money. And I'm good. All right. I'm good. Don't ask me no question. I don't need nobody's help. Get up off me. I'm walking off. All right.
Right.
I'm good. You good? I'm good.
Hey, that's reality though, man. I see it all the time. Trying to play hard, and they know they hurting for real. Stop playing, man. So yeah.
Cheap armor.
Hey man, awesome topic as always. Hey Bud, good to have you, man. And what's the temperature down there? About 84? What's up?
Nah, right now it's like 60.
That's all the time we have today. You'll hear more from Bud. All right. Thank you.
He put me that shit.
Oh, that was a mistake. Sorry, my hands slipped.
Wow.
Shoot.
Damn.
That is hilarious.
Shit.
Oh shoot.
Well,
hey, we got my
I don't
man.
feel anything. Good thing I don't have, any feelings.
No feel. So there you go. Exactly. He don't got no feelings.
You gotta walk it off.
Hey Matthews, what's up, brother? He says, "Peace, Kings. What's going on, brother? Thanks for tuning in." And she said, "It froze."
I wonder if that's for everyone. I don't know, but we're about to get off anyway.
Yeah. So.
All right. Well.
Yep. So you good to go, Naeem? You got any last words, brother?
No, I'm done. Thank you all for joining. It's always a pleasure.
All right, hey, thanks for tuning in. It's the Feel Good Talk Love 101. I'm your host, Charles Brakely, along with my man Naeem Najib, and also my man Bud, all the way in Cali. We come that sunshine back, baby. We need it down here on the East Coast. You know what I mean? All right, we'll see you next week, same time, and we out of here. Peace.
Peace.